Good morning, BC. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Doompaul here with another pile of records, which the cat is going to get right away from. Thank you, cat. Let's see. Happy weekend to you all. I just got finished installing a new faucet for the kitchen. Now, the old faucet had never, not since the 70s, has it been changed, and it was pretty broken. And me, I'm not so good with fixing stuff. I remember those cans that used to put a piece of string together to make a telephone. I remember making those one time and cutting my eye. Yeah, but anyway, I got it done, and that's pretty cool. Such a feeling of accomplishment. Anyway, let's get to the records. Today I'm going to go into some stuff that's not metal, even though I've been listening to metal 90%. And it's kind of weird because when you're really into something, and I really am into metal right now, and you switch gears real fast and you start to listen to some other stuff, you're like, this stuff's kind of bad, but it's not bad. It's just not where your headspace is at, right? So, some of these reviews are going to be tainted with a little bit of that. And so I apologize in advance. Yeah. So anyway, let's start with one that's not bad at all. Budgie. If I were Britannia, I would rule the waves. Oh, hold on, there's a generic. Let's see here. This is Budgie's 6th record, I believe 1976, and they switched to A&M on this one, and a lot of the sort of heavy blues riffs from Tony Borgia that really dominated their early records are sort of gone in an attempt to sort of branch out and do something new. Kind of what they did with Bandolier, but this one, I don't know. This one's a little bit more hit or miss. There's some fantastic songs on here, but there's also some not so fantastic sort of ballady stuff. I've only honestly listened to this once because it just came through the mail, and I can already tell it's due repeated listens. Yeah, but not the strongest, but it's weird because where it is strong, it's very strong. All right, anyway, and Budgie's one of my favorite bands. I just dig them. Let's see. Next, let's go with the old Janus label, or Janus label. Got a little bit of Camel, Moon Madness. And the excellent inner cover. Nice little gatefold there. What to say about this record? When it is guitar driven, I think it's spectacular. When it's flute and sort of keyboard driven, I find it to be a little bit precious and boring. Now, among Camel fans, a good majority of them will say this is their favorite record. This or Snowbird. And this is one of those records where, okay, I just came off, from listening to like Malevolent Creation and a lot of like dark death metal and some black metal and stuff, and so I hopped just right over to this. so when when it sounds like happy doodling, a lot of that might just be I'm not in the right mind frame for it right now. But anyway, when it's guitar driven and sort of song driven, it's fantastic. When it just goes on full on prog, and you know, Camel is prog, not as wasn't as engaging for me. Anyway, now I am going to revisit this, you know, soon. Because, you know, I want to give it the chance that it so rightly deserves, and I almost feel like I'm cheating it by doing that, but, you know, it's one thing about liking more than one genre, right? You know, you gotta listen to a bunch of it. Anyway, cheers. Next, and, you know, this is actually the record that sort of proves me wrong on this, because I had just listened to this yesterday, and I've been actually listening to this all week. And what a knockout record, really. It's a Gentle Giant Octopus with the die-cut cover. I don't think it was the original one. I think the original cover was the red one. I think that might have been the European press. This might have been the first U.S. press. Gentle Giant, man. You know, they've had their fantastic albums, and some of their later ones aren't so great. I happen to like their later ones, but always complex, always engaging. You know, it's music that makes you think, and it's music that makes you really, really appreciate, you know, what this band is doing. And I love that cover, man. I'm a big Octopus fan, as if you haven't known, from the things hanging above my head. I can literally just reach over here at any given time and grab an octopus, and, you know, that's my house. I live in Idaho, so we're a landlocked state. So the wife and I try to decorate the house nautical, because it's funny. Anyway, this record is a beast, from point A all the way to the end of point B. Just solid and well crafted and well thought out, and the musicianship is completely tight, and the songwriting is really, really well thought out. I won't say this is a wonderful entryway to prog. I won't, because it's a little, you gotta really, it's not something to just kick back and enjoy. You know, you have to put a little bit of work into it. You have to sort of like search for meaning, or search for where they're going and stuff. But once you do, it's well worth the journey. Next, now this one's another one, and I don't think this one has to do with me coming off listening to metal. This is a Gong Espresso. Now, first of all, that is an amazing cover. That is really good cover art. It's like an espresso machine flying over a city. A little tatty here and there, but, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm far more interested in the music. The music inside being in good shape so I can listen to it, than any, you know, I don't mind a scuffer or two on the cover. I just don't. And on the beautiful Virgin label. I mean, I know you guys have all seen this before, but I just think this is really beautiful. So, with this record, Gone is the whimsy of the original Gong. gone is the psychedelic, like space music, wacko craziness. Um, and they've just sort of turned into sort of a jazz fusion um, record here. I think the only person who's still from the original Gong, his name is Pierre Mordelin. I'm probably saying that wrong. I may be wrong on that, but I know he's from the original one. And he is a phenomenal drummer. And there are parts on here where you will just play percussion for a little while, and boy, is it good. It's great. But I miss the old Gong, where they're singing around about gnomes and flying teapots and just random weird stuff yelled. I've just always found that to be fun. The musicianship on this, I don't have a bad thing to say about it. I think my only problem with it, and it is a personal problem, it is not, it's not a reflection of the musicians themselves, is just that I miss the old Gong. And, just having that Gong label on there, set expectations for it to be something. And, I understand musicians grow and change, but, if the only person you're going to keep is the drummer, I don't know, maybe it's time for a new name. Just me. I don't know. Next up on this prog-tastic journey today is the thundering beast that is King Crimson's Starless, the Bible Black. Got this one from Record World. It's a gatefold. I gotta be honest with you, I think that's a little bit of a waste of a gatefold. But who am I to say what is art? I guess that there's normally a insert in this, but there's no insert in mine. But enough about the cover. This album opens up stronger than many albums do. The first track, The Great Deceiver, whew, man, that is just a slammer, and it starts out kind of happy about this guy singing about cigarettes and, I don't know, ice cream. Yeah, cigarettes and ice cream. And it sounds kind of like la 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 la. And by the time you get to the end of the track, the guy sort of devolved into madness, and it's unsettling. And that is the sign of well-crafted music and well-crafted playing. And there's some instrumentals on here that I'm like, it's okay, kitty, get away from the records. Yeah, that's right, meow. But I don't, yeah, so there's some instrumentals that are, little, they're great, but they don't grab me. I like King Crimson when they're doing song structure stuff, I do. And I'll make no apologies for that. And there's parts of this record where they do that amazingly. And I really dig John Wetton as a vocalist. I do. I really connect with him when he's singing. And Robert Fripp's a fantastic guitarist. This is right before one of their major lineup changes again. They go through quite a few, but boy, I put this one on after listening to the Gong Espresso, and I was like, boom, it was just pretty much amazing. So the last record is actually not prog at all. It's something that Vinyl Richie showed me, and I guess it's something that he got from Richard Riley. And they posted a little video on it underneath in the comments, and I went and I listened to it, and I was just absolutely stunned how much I really enjoyed it. And it's not my genre at all. It's sort of it's like New Orleans street jazz. It is a Tuba Skinny blue chime stomp, and it's I guess it's a bunch of street musicians who have been putting out some records, and I believe this is their second or their third. But they have this rad vocalist who's so pretty, and she also plays bass drum as well while sitting on it. Has a knockout voice, and I don't know what to say about this kind of music because I don't know anything about this music except that it had my foot tapping and it had me listen to this numerous times just because I enjoyed it so very, very much. And I thought the packaging was really nice, and really, yeah, I don't know. This was drawn by one of the members of the band. But check out Tuba Skinny. Check out one of their videos. I think they're mostly all live videos playing festivals or whatever. But they're really, really good, man. As soon as I watched this video, I just ran to their website and I was like, yes, please. I would like some of that. I would enjoy that immensely. And ever since I've gotten it, I just do. And even my wife really just digs this record. So anyway, so that's a Tuba Skinny blue chime stomp. So I cannot, if I had a recommendation of the week for new music, it would be this. And they also have some newer records and everything else. And I'm not sure if these are like 1920s covers or anything like that. I haven't done enough digging, but I know what I like, and what I like is this. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. It's nice to see you, and yeah, I'm running long, so I'm gonna shut the hell up and bang. Okay, bye.